So can you hear me now? Hello. No, I cannot hear you. I think you have to unmute your your oh. Yes, yes, you can rejoin. Yes, no problem.
For no reason.
No problem. It's okay. You can rejoin and it's okay. It's fine then. So
Thank you.
so let me continue what I was trying to explain to you. So most of our coding, we will use an online compiler. I don't know if you have used compiler for Python on your computer before. I think you use.
I use Visual Studio Code.
Okay,
Okay.
so
Yes.
that is fine. But I will, during my sessions to you, I will use Repl.it, and
Okay.
that is commonly used in. So can you see the screen in front of you now?
Yes, it's very good. High
Okay.
resolution. Yes.
Yes. So the point here from using that online compiler, that I'm able to
Yes.
share the code with you, and I'm able to even get a code from you if you want to write the exercise. And
Okay.
first of all, it doesn't depend on your computer. If there is a problem with the computer or even slow, then it's not affected because that's running online. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
and
Okay.
and yeah, so sometimes the computer is slow or whatsoever, so we are not affected by that. And also most of the academies and schools always use that that compiler, that online
Okay.
compiler. Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, so that is how we're going to try to code. And I want to understand from you, how is your understanding about computers? Do you have a good understanding of computers or no?
I have. I think I have good understand.
Okay, so I'm not talking about general uses of computer. So do you know anything about binary?
Binary.
Have you heard about this word before?
Yes, I have heard, but I don't really know what that means or
Okay, so yeah, and what about, did you hear about CPU before?
CPU.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard that before, I
Okay,
think.
okay. So because it depends. Of course, if you are only planning to write a code that do a small job without other consideration, so
Yes,
learning
yes.
only about programming is only enough. But if you plan to change your life and then uh, want to really work in a programming field, so this kind of knowledge is actually kind of important.
I want to learn that, I think.
So
That
okay,
okay.
just let me get you to
Ah,
know one thing. So um, one of the
uh,
things that, yep, let me know.
well, I think I know that binary. I
Uh-huh. 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 Uh-huh.
I, I know that computer is I. I know that computer is computer understand the language, every language in their own system, like 0 and 1, which means the electricity is on and off.
Exactly.
Yes, I know that system before. I
Okay.
learned, I heard, I read somewhere, I think.
Okay. So
Okay.
did you know that that only the machine can only understand 1 and 0, right? It's on and
Yes.
off, right?
Yes, yes.
So any language that you write have to be translated um, using a translator to the machine
Yes.
code or the
Yes.
ones and zeros. Okay.
Yes, yes. I understand that.
Okay. So did you learn about how to say? Let me see here. Let me get a simple. Let me see. Yeah, I think here. Yeah. So did you know that what is the difference between a high level language and a low level language?
Well, I think I know, like high level language is like Python, which is simple for human but hard for computer, and low level is easy for computer but high, like difficult for human.
Okay.
Is that
Yes.
right?
Yes. You're correct. 100% correct. Yes. So the thing is, if you try to read a language like that, this is called an
Yes.
assembly language. This assembly language if is actually important for people. Last time it was important, and this is a start from 30 or 40 years ago. People write
Yes.
in this language, and it was very tedious. But one line of that assembly language translate to one line of machine code. But see, this 3 lines actually is doing what the Python do in one line. So the
Oh,
Python
okay.
is adding 2 numbers and putting the result here in a place in the memory that's called sum. So
Did you start to learn assembly language when you
yes,
start
yes,
to study language?
yes,
Wow.
yes.
But we and you think everyone, even for now, have to learn assembly language to understand the correct
No,
programming?
no. I
No?
just
Okay.
I only need to I'm well at the moment I will only give you um, less than an hour of knowledge about the assembly language. Um, so,
Okay.
so, so just for you to be able to understand what is assembly language and uh, when it can be used or will be used in the current modern world, because it still will
Okay.
be used. So,
Okay.
but let me just finish these lines and then I will share with you something that explains when you will need to use assembly language. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, so assembly language in this line, the first line is telling go to the memory address 8,
Wow.
okay, and load. So memory address, which is a RAM, okay. So this is the address 8, and
Yes.
here let's assume there is a 5. So this is a RAM,
Yes.
and load whatever in address 8 into the processor. So we can call it also CPU. So CPU have storage areas. They call it registers. So let's assume it's something small like that. So
Okay.
we take whatever in 8 and we put it inside the CPU. Let me put here something like, oops, yeah, like that here.
Move information from RAM to CPU.
Yes,
Is that mean? Okay.
okay. And then the second line saying go to address 9, which is here, and add
That
whatever you
may
find.
contains, yes, the two
Yes,
data of two.
so
Yes.
add whatever you find here to whatever we already copied to the CPU.
Wow.
Okay,
Okay.
and then the STA means that go to address 10, which is here, and store the addition result. Okay,
Okay.
here. So which
Wow.
is 7. So it means that this is how to just add two numbers that we can do in Python in one line. Okay. So
Wow.
just for you to understand now the difference. Now the assembly language translates to 3 lines in machine code, but all these 3 lines can be done in only 1 line in Python. So that is the big
It's very
difference.
interesting.
Yes, is this a big difference? So for you to translate assembly language to machine code, we need something called assembler, which is a translator from the language of the assembly to the machine code, the ones and zeros.
Okay.
And for Python to get translated to machine code, we need
Yeah.
something called interpreter. So
Ah.
so we have okay, actually even okay. Now before we go that, I need to show you one thing here. I think
I didn't really know what interpreter means. I just used that as something like terminal,
yes, exactly.
but I didn't know what that means.
So no problem. Is we going yeah. So the translator. Typically, we say that compiler and interpreter is just a kind of translator. So it
Yeah.
translates the high-level language that we have
Yes.
to a low-level language, which is a machine code. Okay.
Okay.
So you don't care about what's happening there.
Yes.
You just yeah. And again, so there is a kind of languages that didn't use interpreters; they use compiler, but they
Okay.
are somehow a little bit difficult to troubleshoot. So interpreter uh, will help you a bit to find the problem fast in your code. So
Wow.
typically in your code you will always have problems. Okay.
Yes. Yes.
And you need to find the problem there. So we also will need to learn together how to find and how to troubleshoot your code. Okay. So
Okay.
the compiler, I mean, there is a lot of languages that use compiler, say like C++, C, VB.NET, and C Sharp. All these languages, they use compiler. So they have to.
Okay.
So uh, what we do is that the compiler can produce for you an exe file that you compile only one time, and you can run it. So you compile one time all the code that you write, and then you always can run it by pressing the exe file
Wow.
output. But the interpreter, no. The interpreter, every time you need to run, uh, you need to run your code again and again. So you don't have you don't translate your code in a way that it can just be separate from the interpreter. No, every time you need to run, you need to run the program, then you have to translate your code again from Python to a language or something like that. So that's the difference. So it is
Oh.
slower.
Can I tell what I understand?
Yes.
Is that mean simple and such languages like C is only can run as exe,
Yes.
so it's slower than Python because they have to if they have to run the whole program to find what's wrong. Is that mean?
It is
Is that right?
slower in the troubleshooting, but not in the running. Slower in the troubleshooting process, and because again, when you want to compile a
Yes.
code, it take at least a minute to be able to compile all your code and start
Yes.
running, and to be
Because
able
they
to.
don't have because they don't have interpreter, right?
They don't run with interpreters. They are not designed to run with the interpreter. So
Yes.
certain language have they only use interpreter, and certain language use only compiler.
The language with interpreter is faster to find trouble than such language without
Exactly.
interpreter.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
So let me just share with you an example. Um, let me share here the code. Okay. Okay. So can you see the line that I'm putting on the screen? Do you know?
Yes, I can see.
Do you know what does it mean?
Yes. It print what is your age sentence.
Okay. So if I try to print like that and put it up and try to run, what do you
It
think?
will compile error. Yes.
So why he is trying to tell us that there is a double quotation that we
Because
have.
that
Hmm.
yes,
I'm
that's
listening.
not closed.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
Okay. So if I close it, it will run without an issue, right?
Okay.
Okay. So now I put here user or even age, and then I try to run like that. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I try to say, um, oh, wait, let me see your,
But I can understand this level of programming.
really? Okay.
Yes, I already understand what for now I can understand this.
Okay, let me see then. So age equal 2020 minus birth date print. Okay, let's see. Do you think this program will run or will have a problem?
Let me think. Input. I think it will run.
Okay, let's see. So
Yes.
you see, it will run,
Yes.
right? It's running, right?
Yes.
It's asking for something, right? Okay, that's great. Let's put our input. Oh, now it's having a problem.
Oh.
So can I know which line that is having a problem?
I think you should use return. Is that right?
Is what again? Read line?
Return. Return to it it's hard to explain. Or return to know let computer know what I write as birth date.
So okay, first, no, the issue is slightly different here. So
Okay.
okay, this input, do you know what is that?
You I should delete the blank between input and that slash.
No, dear, I'm
Why?
just, no, just don't confuse yourself too much. Just as simple
Okay.
as possible. I'm asking this input
Yes.
like that.
Input. Yes.
What does it take, and what is the output?
Okay. Um input will get what I write on the
Keyboard.
yes. It will ask what I write on the command line.
Okay, and then uh, it will go to the RAM, and it will
Yes.
create a variable called birth date and store the information here that I input from the keyboard, right?
Okay.
Do you know what's the difference between a string and an integer?
Yes, I know. In integrant. That's only number, and strength is everything includes sentence.
Okay, perfect. So
Yes, yes.
any input from the keyboard will be stored as a string. So if I entered here 1980, it will be
I should
stored as
use,
a string.
yes. Now I understand.
Okay, so it means that I need to convert that
Into
number
int.
into
In,
integer to be able to do this mathematical arithmetic operation.
okay.
So it means that I need to come here and write a function. This function takes a string and get me output as an integer. So
Okay, I see.
so this function int will take an input and get me an output. So it will take this and it will get me out it like this, and
Okay.
it will store it here as an integer. So once I come here, then it will run with no issues. So let me see. So 1980. Okay, so the age is 40. Now it works. You see?
Okay.
So okay, this is just a little thing that we should go through it every lesson. So
Okay.
I will adjust the speed of the lesson based on your abilities. Of course, if you are comfortable me going faster, I will move faster.
Oh,
If you need me to slow, I will slow.
okay.
Okay. So yeah, that is again your choice. So
I want to go faster.
that's
That
yes, of course. Yes, we can go faster,
okay.
but but
But you should watch more about me too. That I can go faster, or I should go a little
yes.
slower. Yeah. Okay.
Based on your ability to solve the exercises and the questions that I give to you, then
Okay.
we will able to see if you can really go faster or not. Okay.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so now let me explain this. I will not stress you out about the payment. I will totally leave it to you.
Uh,
So
but
whatever.
I think that